Untitled Podcast, man. We back again. We running these back to back. It's 2023. You know we ready to get this money. You know what I mean? But if you haven't been able to tell by now, man, we doing underrated January. That's what we do. That's what we on. So we got another good one in the building. We just ran the Ty interview. We already got Chris on there, so you know we gotta get it right with my man, the heart of a lion, real Young Dre. What's up, baby?
What it is, how you feel?
Good, bro. How you doing?
I'm cool, man.
All good? Have a good New Year?
Yeah, that shit was cool. I ain't gonna lie, just glad to be home.
Yeah, absolutely. Welcome home, bro.
Real
good
shit.
to have you back, man. Real shit.
Already.
Real shit. So let's just hop right into it, bro. So it's 2023. You know, I know you heard us talking before, right? Clean slate, fresh year, 12 months. What's going on? What we about to see from real Young Dre?
Man, just work, just feel me. Videos, mixtapes, shit like that. Just on my artist shit, you feel me? If it ain't about music, ain't shit irrelevant.
Just staying locked in.
Just staying locked in my mood, just trying to drop, just keep dropping, just get back hot.
I don't mean to put a number on it because it's not really about a number, but what is like by the end of the year, what you trying to, how many tapes you trying to drop, how many videos you looking to put out? What's the goal at the start of the year? Everything changes, but
I got the mixtape with Lil Chris that we about to drop for real, and then I got my own mixtape for real. I'll probably drop for real, so probably like 2 mixtapes this year, and just hella videos.
But that sound good to me, man. How many songs on these tape? What was it looking like?
On me and Chris, I think we got it's like 10 songs, and on my shit it's like 12, I think.
12?
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, well, hey, so we ready to go, man. It's y'all's year. It's underrated 2023, you know what I mean?
Lie, 2023 looking good.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. So we started fresh. You got some shit going, and we ready to get to it. But let's dive into the music for a second, bro. I'm always curious to know. You a young dude, right? Real young dude. It seemed like, when I was, I've heard your music before, you've been around for a minute, but you're still a very young dude. It seemed like from the jump, you was popping. Right, it seemed like everything was doing numbers. So I'm curious to know, as like a young teenager, right? I believe you were a teenager. I'm not positive, but
yeah, I was like 18.
Yeah, how is it, kind of being receptive to the success and like kind of like I was talking about with Ty, kind of like the change in your day-to-day life when you start popping with the music in particular?
So like you asked me like how is it different going from being like a regular person?
Just a regular teenager. Because I'm like, a lot of people when they start popping, they 25, 30, 40.
Yeah,
you was 18.
That shit different because like I had to get used to it because like we'll be out in like the malls and shit and people will be looking at me. And I'd be like, the fuck is they looking at? And the whole time, like, Chris would be like, bro, you gotta think, like, you hot now, like, people know you, like, you a star, so people, you feeling like you got fans and shit, so it's like, it's shit different for real.
Right.
Shit really different.
But it was probably weird when it first started. It sounded like you wasn't really feeling it at first.
Like, even now, like, I still be forgetting for real, because, like, I spent a lot of time locked up, so then it's like I gotta come back. Like it's like two different worlds. Like you locked up, you always on like defense mode. Like you always ready to fight or shit going down. And it's like you come back out here and you got a name and like you somebody, and it's like you still got that same mindset, but that's not what it is. Like somebody, like it might be somebody out there that's looking at me, not on no shit. They just like, damn, that's really like Young Dre right there. Like damn, but they might be shy to say something. Like they might don't know what to say. Like you feel me? But you just gotta be mindful. Like damn, like I'm a rapper for real type shit.
That's gotta be a cool experience to kind of do a 180 on that shit. Right, you're used to doing it one way and it completely goes, the opposite direction in a positive way.
Yeah, that should be stressful too, though. That should definitely be stressful.
Oh, for sure. Because I think everybody, especially in this city, paranoid. With whatever the situation.
There's always hella shit going on, so you gotta kind of separate the street shit from like the music shit.
Mm-hmm. So, like I said, you started popping off when you was young. Right, and it's kind of interesting. The one thing I noticed when I'm listening to your music, bro, is you do something with your music that not a lot of people do. Is you do a lot of shit with Autotune, right? And I've always been curious. I've done, I've interviewed rappers who've used Autotune a little bit, but you really thrive on it. And I'm always curious to know because it's not a lot of Autotune, rappers in Baltimore. It's not a lot of Autotune rappers in general. But how did that come about? What was it that what was it about the Autotune? How'd you get into it? And how did it? What was you thinking the first time when you was like, oh yeah, that shit hard?
Signed to the Streets by Lil Durk. I ain't gonna lie, that's my man. I ain't gonna lie. Like when I was real young, like Dirk, yeah, he was my favorite rapper for real. He be fucking with that shit, and I was like, damn, how the fuck they get their voice to sound like that? And then like I used to record on a motherfucking phone and shit, like on SoundCloud. I used to be just like record my shit, but it was just like my regular voice. Then I started going to the studio and start playing with that shit and just having fun with that shit.
Do you think that's your best mode? I mean, I know you use it a lot, but you think that's more to you?
I like it, but certain people, like some fans like it, but some fans tell me they want to hear my real voice. They don't want to hear no autotune shit.
So that's another good segue. So not really a segue, but a question. So are you more receptive to like if you like what you like and the way that you sound, right? You like the auto tune.
Yeah.
When people tell you that they don't, do you kind of look at it as I should probably listen to my fans and change it up a little bit, or are you like they not the artist, I know what I'm doing kind of shit? How you look at it?
Nah, I make music for me for real. Like I ain't start rapping for nobody but me. So I make my music for myself. So if I like it, then that's just what it is. You feel me? Like you ain't gotta like it type shit, because whether you listen to me or not, I'm still gonna make my music. So I just do the shit the way that I like it for real, and whoever like it. What you don't type shit.
You got to start with what you want. It ain't about what everybody else want.
Real shit.
I feel it. But yeah, so it was interesting because like I said, there's not a lot of auto-tune rappers. But that's an interesting pull with Lil Durk. That makes sense the more I think about it. But I'm like, that's a good way to go about it.
Yeah.
So all right, bro. So like we was talking about with the auto-tune, I did because we talked about it with Ty with Walk It Out, right? I'm going through your shit. And I find another interesting throwback song of you doing Dilemma, right? Which I'm like, again, like, Ty got Walk It Out, you got Dilemma, and it's so interesting to me because it's not a lot of, like, when artists freestyle, it's usually whatever's currently, popping, whatever's currently, they're trying to one-up the artist, or some, like, real old school shit. It's one or the other. But how did Dilemma come about? How did you put that together?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, that always been one of my favorite songs for real. Like,
I understand.
By Nelly and shit for real, but I don't know, something just made me do it. I just did that shit for real. Like at the time, I was fucking with this girl. She had me in a knot. I ain't gonna lie. She had me in a knot for real. So I was on my making love songs and making songs for the little females and shit type shit like that. But
I think everybody needed a little bit of inspiration for that kind of shit. We try to switch your mode up.
That's how that shit came about for real.
You was just a young boy, just young in love.
I forget how old I was. I was like 16.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like 16 for real, and I thought like around that time that was my first time like experimenting with autotune and shit for real. So I can't sing. So I wanted to see how that shit would really come out if I put autotune on it for real.
You was on the Drake tip because Drake can't sing either, but he trying. You know what I mean?
Definitely was on my Drake shit. Hell yeah.
But so sticking with the autotune shit, bro. So like after Dilemma, like I said, like you putting up numbers early. Right? Was there a song that when you was doing the early shit, whether it be, crack, raw, like all that, all that shit, where you like you was expecting it to do that well, or was it kind of a surprise when you putting out these different songs that are all doing numbers?
The only song I can really say that I expected to really do numbers and it did was Crack. I ain't gonna lie. Like when I dropped Heart of a Lion, I ain't expect that shit. Like that shit blew up. That shit was getting like 1,000 views every day, type shit. And then I got hot for real. So that's part of the reason why I knew Crack was gonna do numbers, because I'm like, damn. Then I was just coming home for real. I did 6 months for real for my first gun, and I'm like, damn, like I knew that shit was gonna give me more buzz too, cause it's something about when you rap and you get locked up, it bring more buzz to you, cause it's like people
authenticity to it,
right? Yeah. So it's like came home and that song hard as a bitch.
Oh yeah,
like I feel like that song harder than Heart of a Lion. I feel like it should have did more numbers.
Crack?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like it should have did more numbers, but.
What makes you say the Crack's harder than Heart of a Lion? What's the lens that you looking through when you say that?
Just like the sound and like what I'm saying, this shit just, I don't know, I just feel it because I know like I'm really living it, so it's like, damn, like I really feel that shit. That shit make me want to get hella money. It should make me want to turn up. Like when that song come on, I just get in my mood type shit.
So it sounds like you answer your own question because it's the authenticity portion of it. Like you know what's going on. You know you living your raps and you doing your thing. Is what it sounds like. Yeah. But So let's talk about Heart of the Lion, because that's clearly your biggest right now is your biggest song to date. Right? How did that song come about? Like, you was just in the booth one day and it just popped, or like was you going into it going, I'm ready to make a banger, this shit ready to blow? Like, what was you thinking when you was putting that together?
I was in a house writing that song one day for real. I had came back in the house for real, and I'm just like, I'm in the trenches with killers, and I got the heart of a lion. Like, it's just, I don't know, that shit just came about like any other song for real. I didn't think that shit was gonna blow like that though. That shit blew up.
So just so you know, I got a funny story for you about Heart of the Lion. So I work a regular day job, right? And I'm doing my research about you, trying to put it all together. And I ended up doing a little bit of research while I'm at work. A couple of my coworkers come over, like, what you doing, Jack? And I'm like, I'm interviewing this dude. I'm listening to his music. And they're like, oh yeah, send me this shit. By the end of the day, they was all singing Heart of a Lion in my fucking white ass office. So I swear to God, they was going crazy, bro.
Yeah.
They was like, yo, this shit hard, bro. Like in their white
That's
people
what's
voices.
up,
They was
yo.
like, yeah. But yeah, bro. So when Heart of the Lion dropped, right? So you in the house, you put it all together, drop the song, drop the visual, right? The biggest song to date, right? So how do you kind of go about, when you make that big of a song? Because that's another, like, we talk about, like, you blew early and you was, had to switch up the mentality when you see people in the mall and shit. But, like, Heart of a Lion was, like, the tip of the iceberg. That's
Right.
that's really where shit started to pop.
Right.
So was there, like, an overnight celebrity kind of feeling when that happened? Or was it just keeping
Fuck,
it?
yeah, it felt like I really made it. Like,
Yeah, hell
like
yeah.
I was really famous. Like, I'm talking about, like, we go on the malls and shit. People like, can we take a picture type
Yep.
shit? And like,
Yep.
damn, like, shit was really like my dreams was really unfolding in front of me. But you feel me? That shit was crazy. That shit was just happening like so fast for real. Like, you don't never expect that shit. It just happens.
Right. And then, so with all these songs, we talk about Heart of a Lion and Crack. They all ended up being on your debut tape, Heart of a Lion.
Right.
Right. Did you put those out before you dropped the tape, or was they around the same time?
Yeah, I dropped them as like music videos for real. Like I dropped Heart of a Lion and Crack as just regular videos, and then I just threw them on a tape when I dropped the tape.
So let's talk about the tape, right? It's it's another banger. Got all the songs we've talked about, gone crazy on YouTube and shit like that. What was it? How long? Just like we talked to Ty about, how long did it take you to put that project together? What was the process of stepping in the booth? How long did you?
That shit took long as a bitch because I kept getting locked up. Like, I been had them songs. That mixtape was supposed to have been dropped in 2018 type shit, but I kept getting locked up and I lost a lot of time, so I had to take it slow for real.
So it's interesting because, like we said, what Ty said, he cranking this shit out in an hour. So you take a little bit of the slower path. You trying to make sure everything sounds exactly how you want it.
Oh, when I'm actually in a booth and I'm recording that shit, I do that shit fast. Like, I can do 2 songs. Like, if I go to the booth and I get a 1 hour session, I can knock out 2 songs in that 1 hour type shit. So
Gotcha.
it's like, you feel me? The recording part is fast, but I'm talking about like actually putting the mixtape, like choosing what songs I want to put on the mixtape and then getting the cover done and the track list and actually uploading it and shit. I couldn't never do that because I stay locked up, and then when I do come home, I'm trying to get some money, so I'm doing shit I don't got no business doing other shit instead of focusing on the music shit type shit. And it was just like time was just kept going past. That's why that shit took so long.
Gotcha. That's another interesting segue because we mentioned it with Ty, but when you kind of taking pauses, let's call them, like between drops and making music, like I said, a lot of people don't have the wherewithal to keep it going. They're just like, fuck it, like but every time something happens to you, you always coming back strong. Right, what inspires you to kind of get back to it? What inspires you to keep it going? Everybody know you hard as shit, but it's like, what is it in your head that makes me go, I gotta keep going with this shit?
Cause every time I get locked up and I go on the tier, everybody like, damn, that's Young Dre, that's Heart of a Lion type shit, and it like remind me like, damn, like, fuck is I'm doing? Like, I'm right here locked. I'm not even supposed to be around these people, be with these people, like, or like it be kids, like people tag me on shit on Instagram, like I really got real live fans, so it's like they depending on me, and then I know if I'm not rapping, I'm gonna end up dead or in jail. It's like, this is my only ticket type shit, and it's like that keep me going because I don't want to live a regular life. Like, I want to be rich. I want to do shit I never did, and then when I be on Instagram and I be seeing like Lil Baby and them, I be like, damn, like I want to do that shit. And then rapping is just my dream. Like I don't do this shit because it's hot and everybody doing it. No, like I do this shit because I love it. So it's like, it been times when I try to stop rapping, but it's like, I really can't, because when I hear a beat, I be like, damn, it just make me.
I know what I would do on that.
Yeah, it's like, damn, it's like, I just really love this shit.
So it kind of almost sounds like, in a positive sense, you can use the jail shit to motivate you. Like, I can't be here. I ain't trying to go back. I'm too hard with the music shit. I got to go get it, is what it sounds like.
Yeah, real shit. Like, I just, like, every time I get booked, bro, it's like, they be like, damn, like, that's Young Dre right there. Like, fuck you doing, bro? Like, you supposed to be out there. Like, people telling me, like, I'm supposed to be doing that shit. So it's like motivation type shit to keep going.
Absolutely. Like I said, bro, like y'all are some of the hardest working dudes I met, man. Like, real shit. Like I said, if it was me, I'd be like, man, fuck that. I'm gonna go do whatever. But it's a lot of respect to be able to go back and get to it when you got to get to it. So salute to y'all for that, bro. So we talked about Heart of the Line. The tape. Dropped the tape, right? Couple, little hiatuses, right? Now we back, right? 2023. Talk about the couple of tapes you got going on. What's the move, bro? Like I say, I know you got the tapes. It's easy to just be like, oh, I'm gonna drop the tapes, but like, what's the blueprint look like for the end of the year?
I ain't gonna lie, when it come to this music shit, like, I don't really be knowing what I'm doing. I ain't gonna lie, Lil Chris, he really be helping me with this shit. Like, he really be telling me, like, stay active on Instagram type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep your fans updated on what's going on. Like, they wanna see Young Dre, they wanna see how you living type shit like that. So, you feel me? Like, we just did a show for real, on last year on, like a couple days after Christmas for real.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, we had just did that show, huh?
That was on Christmas Eve.
Oh, all right, it was on.
Doing the show.
Oh, all right, my bad. It was on Christmas Eve actually for real. So we did that for real. But nah, we just working. We just doing everything we can, like interviews, shows, mixtapes, videos, singles, like all that type shit, you feel me? And we trying to network too, for real. Like, we networking with any rappers that want to network with us that's not on no big headed shit. We working with them type shit like that, for real, you feel me? So we can benefit on both sides.
You know how I go, man. Holla at Young Dre. Ready to get this money. But that's another good a good segue that I'm kind of curious about. So you just laid out basically what your whole plan is, what you want to do. Has that been your mentality, or is it like, did you kind of have to go back to the drawing board because you kind of been taking those those pauses?
Yeah, I had to go back and get my mind right, because my mind wasn't on this music shit. It was on some different shit. So I'm just trying to be more on some artist shit and focus on the music instead of focusing on other things that, you feel me, might be my downfall.
Right.
So
and another good good segue for that is you gotta the big dog. You got Chris that help. It sounds like he already helping you put it all together. Is what it sounds like. You got the tape.
He really the brains of this shit. Like, cause like you gotta think he was rapping back with Scooter and shit for real. So he been doing this shit like before niggas even thought about rapping. So he really smart as shit with this shit. He know like what the fuck he doing, like type shit. So you feel me? Yo always. Like, he be in my ass, too. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, whenever I be geeking, I be outside or I be on some street shit, he be like, fuck is you doing, bro? Like, you not know just anybody out here. Like, you can't just be out here moving like this. Like, you a fucking rapper, bro. You gotta get your mind right. You gotta move different type shit. But he be helping me game plan with shit, too. Like, he be telling me, like, how to do shit. Like, what's the best, like, what he think, like, his, like, opinion, like, what's the best choice to do type shit like that. So I be going, yo really like my man, yo like my manager, my brother, and teammate all in one. Like, it's crazy.
I didn't want to like say it in a bad way, but I was like, it kind of sounds like a mentor type of deal.
Yeah,
kind of what it's on.
That's basically what he is type shit, for real.
It sounds like, with as long as he been around, he kind of just trying to lay the groundwork out of like, hey, you might run into this, here's how you gotta attack it. It sounds like you're doing that for both of y'all, is what it sounds like.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, he definitely smart as shit. He definitely know what he doing, so I just be trying to listen to him, and you feel me? We just trying to win, bro. We trying to do this shit together and win.
No doubt. So let's talk about the team, right? Got Ty in the building. Had Chris in the building. You got the tape coming out with Chris. When y'all hop in the booth, it just sounds like they kind of like discovered you almost. Is what it sounded like when they seen you do the Perky's Calling.
Yeah, how.
Let's talk about the Perky's Calling shit. How did that come about? Doing Perky's Calling, and then how did it go about? With getting in contact with Ty and Chris.
I ain't even record that song. I was just outside on the block type shit, and my cousin, he was like record me and shit, but they had already knew my cousin for real. You feel me? So Chris was following my cousin, so when my cousin post me and he's saying it, he like, dang, like, yo, hard as shit for real. And he straight hollered at me and type shit, and we just locked in. And we've been locked in ever since. But that was then, like, that was on, like, at first it started off on some music shit, but now it's like way deeper than that. Like now,
family shit.
Yeah, now it's just way deeper than just music.
Y'all sound like a damn record label.
It's crazy. It really is, though.
Nah, I think what it is, I think it's more important to show that, like, rappers do more than just rap. You know what I mean? Like, there's more smarts that go into it when when you doing venturing other shit. When you talk about the the social media shit, like that's important. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, you got to do all this different shit to to put it all together as a collective, right?
Hell yeah.
So you got the tape coming out with Chris. Y'all have done music together before, but Chris, you and Chris are kind of like, different styles. You kind of more the singing, Autotune shit. Chris more the cutthroat shit. So what should we expect on this tape?
On this tape, I'ma just let y'all see for real. I'ma just let y'all see. But no, it's mixed for real type shit. Like Chris, you gonna hear Chris stepping out of his element for real, and not just straight rapping. You gonna hear him getting on some, you feel me, on the same tip as me type shit like that, and you gonna hear me switching it up too for real. So that shit hard. You gonna see.
So y'all gonna try to like almost get into each other, like go the other opposite way, like get in each other's bag,
right? Type shit like that.
Okay, I like the sound of that. That's how hard, bro. I'm excited for that one because y'all both two of my favorites for sure, and Ty of course. But and then after the Chris shit, I don't know when which one's dropping first, but you got your solo tape,
right?
What should we expect on that?
The mixtape I'm dropping after that is called Dreams to Reality for real. That shit. That's like all the like a lot of them songs on there that you gonna hear for real. I made when I was locked up, and I recorded them when I came home. So you gonna hear a lot of pain shit. You gonna hear a lot of shit like a lot of shit from the heart type shit. So.
Yeah, we need that. Like we was talking about, that mental health shit important, bro. You got to be able to put all that shit on the line and show people that we not, it's not always just a hard thing. It's all, you ain't always got to be hard. You can put your, your heart on, wear your heart on the sleeve.
Real
kind of
shit.
I just lost my train of thought. I ain't gonna hold you. But but yeah, so you got the 2 tapes dropping, bro. Shit. It's been a long day, yo. It's been a long day. I gotta stay out the club, bro. That's one of my problems. I gotta stay out the club. But so we got the 2 tapes. We're gonna do the video shit, right?
Right.
So by the time 2023 is over, what would you call, what's a success for real Young Dre? When we get to the end of the year, when we get to December, what you gonna look back and go, damn, I had a good ass year? Like, what are we trying to accomplish?
Staying home. Mm-hmm. Staying home for real, that's it. Anything else, even if I don't rap, even if I never make another song, I want to stay home this whole year. I ain't been able to stay home I haven't stayed home for at least 7 months since 2018. So I want to stay home this year. That's my thing. Like, yeah, stay home. Hey,
bro, on some real shit, like, you more than welcome to come fuck with us on the podcast if you ain't doing shit. Like,
hell yeah.
Come hang with us, bro. Like, we, you know how it go, bro. We, you a good dude.
Will.
Yeah, you a good dude. Come chill with us, bro. You ever find yourself doing some shit? I know the gang got your back, but we got your back too, bro. You ever want to do some shit? Already. But so we got, I forgot to ask. You got any features on the tape, on the Dolo tape?
No, it's just me.
Just you? I'm glad. That's what we need, bro. But hey, man, that's some real shit. I'm glad to hear the transparency that you got going on. And cheers to a 2023, bro. We better get this money.
All right, let's get it.
But yeah, bro, we ready to wrap this shit up. Anything you want to close out on? Anything you want to discuss? Anything on your mind?
Shit, I just want to give thanks for real. Whoever watching this for real, I want to give thanks to all my fans that really supported me, that like stuck by my side through my little journey for real. Cause this shit been hard, and I really I took a big loss when I got booked. Like, I lost hella shit. I lost fans. I lost family members. I lost niggas. I lost hella shit. I lost money. I lost my career. Like, I lost everything type shit. Like, they really took everything from me. So it's like, I'm just thankful for the people that's still here supporting me. That's, you feel me, got my back. You feel me? I definitely couldn't do it without the gang. You feel me? Underrated. That's my family forever. This shit ain't never gonna change. This shit, family. You feel me? I just want to give thanks to everybody that's rocking with me. Keep rocking with me. I'm just excited for the new shit that's coming.
Absolutely, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, I got some bangers coming soon, so just stay tuned.
I told you that was some real shit, bro. That was a damn monologue. I was ready to shed a tear during that shit. God damn. That was some real shit, bro. Nah, real. That shit was real. But, hey, man, I don't even know how to follow that up, to be completely honest. But, Dre, we appreciate you coming out, bro. We glad to have you on. We know you're going to have a great 2023. We know you're going to stay home, and we're gonna get to this money, bro. We ready to do it. So, yeah, man, like I think I mentioned it a couple times before, but we doing Underrated January right now, bro. We got the whole Underrated gang in the building. We're gonna drop these interviews, and this how we're gonna start the year off. It's a great way to start the year for us. I'm hoping it's a great way to start the year for them. And yeah, we're gonna get straight to it. You know what I mean? It's your boy Jack at Jack.Season, SZN. If y'all wanna follow me on the gram, and then you know where to find us. We at Working T Pod on all socials. We gone, man.
Where can they find Dre at?
Oh yeah. Get your socials on.
Find me on Instagram _real Young Dre _ Find me on YouTube, type in Young Dre, feel me? At with music, Young Dre. Yeah, let's get it.
We gone, man.